This is another type of limit or pending orders. It's another fine one, another fine type of pending orders. Apart from the buy stop, this is buy limits, or rather, apart from the stop orders, these are the limit orders, of which many experienced traders will want to use, so that you will save your time, and you will save yourself some time and stress. Here we say that a buy limit order involves buying of an asset at the predefined ask price or a lower one. That price must be lower. Remember, for buying, it should be lower than the current market price. You place such an order when you expect the price to drop down to a certain level and then go up in a bullish trend. And then to a sell limit order, it involves selling of an asset at the predefined bid price or a higher one. That price must be higher for a sell than the current market price. You place such an order when you expect the price to increase to a certain level and then go down in a bearish trend. Let's take some examples. This is a nice bullish trend. If you watch very well, you can see that the price is making a higher high and a higher low. And so, to some traders, they will just want to draw a trend line connecting. Let me get this checked so that it can run indefinitely. Yes, then they will have to get this checked. To draw their trend line so that it continues to guide them, believing that the price will continue to rise in a bullish trend. So for this, first of all, buy limit order, we said that it is when we are in a bullish trend and we expect that price will have to fall back to our level before it continues to rise. Let me say price has gotten to this level and all of these do not exist. They have not existed. And so for a buy limit, this is where you will come to set your order at this very point. Set your order this way. Let me just get it highlighted. Yes, the market rose up to this point and you expect market to drop down to this place before it continues to rise. So you come here and set your limit order. In this case, buy limit. This is the limit you want to buy. This is the cheapest price you want to buy. So when market comes back to it, it continues to rise. And the same thing also happened here. When the market has risen up to this point, you don't want to buy as high as this. You want to buy as low as this. So what do? You come here and wait for the price to come down to this very level before you get triggered. Remember, in this type of order, most times you are not triggered. You will see that a price, you will miss out the price. Sometimes it will leave you without getting to your order. And so when you set this order, you can this pending order, let me say buy limit with your lot, and at the price you desire predefined, you can set your stop loss and also your take profit. And what I want to point out here is that you can also set an expiry date, of which maybe the next day it did not happen, or the following day when you are not triggered, you just set it here so that when it gets to this day, it expires when I am not triggered. So on that day, you see the order disappear or you cancel it. So this is a form of a pending order, or particularly buy limits. If you continue also, you will see that for example, if you have set a pending order here too and allow price to drop into it, You see that when price got into it also, it continued to rise up to this point. So that's an example of buy limit order. Then when it comes to sell limit, here market is dropping in a bearish trend. Market have been in a bearish trend, and so here market have dropped down to this very point, but you do not want to sell as low as this. As a somebody in business or in any market, in any business, you want to sell higher and buy lower. So you don't want to sell as low as this. So what you will do, you want to sell as high as this, the costliest price. So you set your sell limit order here, your sell limit order, so that when price rises to this very point, you expect that it will drop. And that is exactly what happened here. When price got to this very level, it dropped as a sell limit order. Yes, you will also see that happening several other places. Say for example, price have dropped to this very level. You don't want to sell as low as this, you want to sell as high as this. Then you can come here and set your sell limit order, so that when market rolls back to it, it sells. Even if you miss out on this, you can also place your order here, or you can place your order here. So there is no predefined zone to set this, but on this place, when you get down to the lower time frame, then you can find a particular or a fine zone for you to set this trade in case you missed out on this. And so as market rose back to it, you see how it drops. That's an example of sell limit order. So I believe you can now make a difference between stop orders, if you have gone through it, and these limit orders once or at the end of this particular tutorial. And that is exactly what happened here too. Is a sell limit order, is another place where you can set a sell limit order, so that when market rolls back to it, it sells. It rolls back to it, sells. And this type of order in the market is mostly good also, or even to those assets that are not mostly traded, because when an asset is not mostly traded, then it tends to have a larger bid ask spread. And so in this type of order, once you set it, you can calculatively add the difference between the bid and ask price, so that you don't get wiggled out of the trade. You can calculatively add it relaxatively and they allow the trade to run. But if it is those of instant execution, then there will be no need for you to add. You just enter and you'll be given at either the bid price or the ask price. But here you can relaxatively calculate and analyze price attentively before entry into the market.